What's up, everybody? Happy Monday. Hope all you're having a great day so far. Getting into this episode, so this was an unusual episode. It's not your typical episode. It's not your normal. It was actually a standalone episode about A Christmas Carol, about Ebenezer, what's his name? So yeah, it was about Ebenezer Scrooge. I enjoyed this episode. I really did, because you know what? It took us away from the drama that we normally see. And I love standalone episodes. I love them. Like, so many people online were complaining because they felt like, oh, the whole episode was about Finn. Yeah, he played the Scrooge. The episode featured predominantly damn near the whole cast, except some people that I'm not going to bring up. It didn't feature everybody, but it featured a good chunk. I enjoyed it. I thought it was cool. I think the actors did an amazing job with it. I love the sets that they remodeled and stuff to make it look, back in those olden days, centuries old. And I loved it, And it looked like the cast really had a good time filming this. You can tell. Like, they definitely had a great time filming. But before I totally get into this episode, I have to acknowledge my boo. One of my favorites, the legendary, the GOAT, Jane Elliott, Tracy Quartermain back in the house. Listen, Tracy did not miss a beat. Let me tell you something. It was like she never left. She looked gorgeous as usual. She's rocking the gray hair now. She just fell back in. It was like Tracy never was gone for these past 2 years. You know what I mean? It's crazy. It's been 2 years since she's been gone, and it felt like no time has passed. I wish Jane Elliott would reconsider this retirement and come back, because I feel like the Quartermains need her now more than ever, and I feel like she's great for the show. I just miss her. Like, I never thought I would miss a character as much as I miss Tracy. Like, Tracy is just that good. I mean, Ava has definitely been doing it for me, but I need my Tracy, though. That's who I need. Because seeing her again, interacting with everybody, it was like, it just felt like old times, and it was great to see her. She is definitely up to something, like especially that little crack that she made at Michael about him running ELQ. I say, yep, Tracy up to something. I think it has something to do with ELQ, and I think it has something to do with why Brooklyn is really in town. She's up to something. I know Ned sees it too. Come on now, look at the timing of everything. Now all of a sudden she claimed, oh, I came back from my family. Where were you for Thanksgiving this year? Where were you for Christmas and Thanksgiving last year? She did not come back last year. So why this year, and why right around the time Brooklyn comes back? Come on now, you ain't suspicious? So she missed out on the festivities last year. All of a sudden Brooklyn shows up out of nowhere, and Tracy shows up out of the blue right around the time Brooklyn comes back. Come on now. Y'all are not slick. Y'all up to something. If somebody can't see it, then you got to be Stevie Wonder blind. And hell, even sometimes Stevie Wonder, I believe Stevie Wonder could see. Like, come on now. This is, y'all up to something. Nope. It's gonna, y'all up to something, but we gonna find out soon though. I ain't even gonna get into all that right now, because this is supposed to be a holiday episode. So I'm gonna wait until the episodes come back, when, fresh ones. But, yeah, so, everybody was having a good time at the hospital. Monica was reading the kids a story. Curtis came in, letting everybody know that, there was a storm and the roads were bad. So right now they're not letting nobody on the roads. Of course, Tracy little ass was mad because she wanted to get out of there and go home. And Michael was letting her know, like, this Christmas is not about them checks you write. Because she talking about, we done made our rounds, we made our donations. Michael was like, this holiday is not about writing a check. I said, exactly. I do agree with Tracy, though, when she said that Christmas is nothing more than a retail palooza. I agree with her. Like, it definitely is, because I work in retail, so I know, like, Christmas is one big money fest. Like, it's just a way for people to spend boatloads of money that some of them don't even have on gifts that's not really, by next year you're going to be buying all new stuff again anyway. So I've just never bought in. I'm not trying to speak like I'm a Grinch or anything, because I do like Christmas. I do. I love Christmas. Don't get me wrong. but I love Christmas in a different way. I like it. I like the feel of Christmas. You know, it's not about the gifts for me because I don't care about gifts. You know, I can get myself a gift if I really want a gift. Actually, I plan on buying myself a gift right after I finish this video. But the gift that I'm buying myself is probably going to be like a book that I've always wanted. So I'm probably just going to buy that. But yeah, I'm just not big on Christmas, like as far as gifts go, because I feel like it's too commercial. So I do agree with Tracy on that. It definitely is. Like, it's just way too, it's just an excuse for people to spend money on frivolous shit that, not probably even gonna last. By next Christmas, they're not even gonna think about the stuff they got for this Christmas. Trust me. It's always like that. So that's why I tell people, I have people asking me my opinion or advice about what they should get somebody for Christmas. I'm like, don't break the bank. You know what I mean? Don't try to keep up with the Joneses. Get somebody something that's from the heart. It doesn't have to be $200, $300, $400, $500. It ain't got to be none of that. Get somebody something that's $30, $20, $40. As long as it's from the heart, that's all that should matter. It ain't the gift, it's the thought. To me, that's all it is. But some people gotta be bougie and whatever. So anyway, Finn is not with the Christmas spirit. He just doesn't believe in the whole Santa Claus thing. Listen, growing up, I didn't believe in Santa Claus either. Like, I just wasn't big on that, like, Santa stuff, because I already knew there was no such thing as Santa when I was a kid. I knew that. I was probably like 3 years old and I knew it. You know what I mean? Like, I never made a big fuss about it, but I knew damn well it wasn't no such thing as no Santa. So I definitely understand where Finn was coming from. But like I said, I love Christmas for the feel of it. I love watching corny, cheesy Hallmark Christmas movies. And I love binge watching the Home Alone movies, like Lost in New York and all that. I love watching those movies, especially the first Home Alone movie. Macaulay Culkin, the very first one. And they had that big kitchen scene and he knocked over the soda and everything spilt all over the place. It was a big mess. And his mother told him to go upstairs because she told him to go up to the attic where his cousin was sleeping at. The cousin that pissed the bed. And she told him that he was going to sleep up there with the one that peed the bed. And that little boy was like, oh, you're going to sleep in the attic with me while sipping a Coke soda. I said, pissy. Just pissy. I know that boy had rubber sheets. And when she told him to get upstairs, mind you, he was on the second floor. And to get to the attic, you had to go to the third floor. So she told him to get upstairs. And he looked at his mother and said, I am upstairs, dummy. I would have bust his ass. I would have got my good belt and wore his little ass out if he ever called me a dummy. I was like, who these kids be talking to? But I love Home Alone. That's the Christmas spirit that I'm into. Like I said, it's not about gifts for me. Like, I just like watching cheesy, funny Christmas movies. I like it. So anyway. So yeah, Finn, he was just not into the holiday spirit. And it's kind of surprising because when Anna was asking Chase about, like, do she have their family to thank for him not being in the Christmas mood? Chase said that no. Because apparently growing up, their dad was big into Christmas. Like, their father went all out for Christmas, like with the decorations. Like, their family was big on Christmas. So it's kind of surprising that Finn he's not in the holiday spirit. Maybe it's because he's an adult now, and it's different when you're a kid compared to when you're an adult, But it was cool seeing Tracy, catch up with Finn and stuff. And she was like, yeah, we got a lot of catching up to do. You're a dad now because, and she got to, see Violet and stuff. And, that was cool. But I like how, he wasn't in the Christmas spirit. But Violet, I believe, helped him change that, because this is his first Christmas being a dad. And, he got to see Christmas from her point of view, from, his daughter's eyes. And he sees the importance of it. You know what I mean? And I love the whole story of the Scrooge. I haven't heard the Scrooge story in so many years. So it was good to kind of revisit all of that. And to see the actors play those characters and stuff. And they really do look like they had a great time. and to see Michael Easton play Ebenezer, he was such an ass. Like, his employee, I think his name was Bob, and Franco played that character. He did not want to give that man Christmas off. He really did not. But he was like, yeah, I'm going to need you back in here first thing the next morning, early. I was like, damn, bruh. Early. Ebenezer, like, he was just such an ass. His nephew came over and, you know, I guess to talk about his inheritance or whatever. And Ebenezer didn't want to talk to him about it or whatever, like, or acknowledge him or whatever. He was just such a giant jackass. Like, seriously. So Monica, of course, played Ebenezer's maid. I could not see Monica as nobody's maid. I'm just saying. So she was playing his maid, and then he got visited by, you know, the ghost of Christmas past, the ghost of Christmas present, the ghost of Christmas's future. You know how that go. And it was funny seeing Tracy haunt him, and she had all that dead makeup on, made her look like a corpse. It was hilarious. And then we saw Christmas Past with Ebenezer, where they went to like a holiday Christmas party, and, you know, Chase was playing a young Ebenezer, and Willow was playing the love of Ebenezer's life, you know, his fiance. And when they were at the Christmas party, you know, Michael played a character. He played the friend or whatever, a coworker, and the girl, you know, the love of Ebenezer's life, you know, it was so crazy how they were at that party. He was just frowning the whole time. Like, Ebenezer just was sneering the whole time he was at that party. And his fiance, you know, she wanted him to have a good time, and Michael came over and was like, oh, you mind if I dance with her, steal her away or whatever. And the look on his fiance face, like, she wanted Ebenezer to say, no, I'm gonna dance with her, like, we're here together, we're gonna have a good time. She looked so heartbroken when Ebenezer did not fight for her, when he didn't speak up for her, like, as far as like wanting to dance with her. Like, she just was so fed up with Ebenezer. All Ebenezer cared about was money and making more money. That's all he cared about. And I'm all for making money, but damn, you do have to have fun in life. Like, everything can't be about making money and paying bills and dying. Like, that's not what we're put on this earth for. So, you know, even his boss and all them was saying, like, damn, have some fun, you know, enjoy life. Like, and he just went back to the office. And his fiance was fed up. She was like, nope, I'm not marrying somebody who works so much, like, just all the time, and just does not enjoy life at all. And I couldn't blame her for that. Ebenezer, you know, he looked like he wanted to go after her, but he decided to sit back down at his desk and continue to work. I was like, damn, Ebenezer, get up off that desk and, like, you got money, damn. Like, whew. He just was not in a holiday spirit at all. So then, you know, he got visited by the ghost of Christmas present. And Ebenezer was so rude to them kids that was outside his house. Like, he was rude to them. They, you know, wouldn't give him no money. Like, he was just an evil SOB. Like, Scrooge, he was rude to, like, Curtis, you know, to whatever character Curtis was playing about, you know, because I guess Curtis was doing something for a foundation or a charity, and Ebenezer didn't want to donate. He didn't want to make regular donations. Like, he was just an ass, like, to everybody. Like, total ass, dickhead. So then, of course, you know, Scrooge get a visit from the ghost of Christmas present, which is Dr. Obrecht. And they go to his nephew's house, where his nephew and, you know, Maxie are sitting there. I forgot what her character name was supposed to be. And, you know, Jordan and Curtis are all there, and they're pretty much, you know, having dinner together, enjoying the Christmas together, and they're talking crap about Scrooge and how much of a Scrooge he is. And it's so funny because Scrooge was like, he didn't even recognize the house. And she was like, it's your nephew's house. He was like, I've never been here. I said, damn, you ain't never been to your nephew's house before? I said, damn, bruh, you slipping. Family just ain't family no more, I guess. I said, well, damn, bro. So then he gets another visit from the ghost of Christmas future, which is, I believe it was Ava. Because ghost of Christmas past was Jocelyn, ghost of Christmas present was Obrecht, and ghost of Christmas future was Ava. So basically, Peter and Maxie are at Scrooge's gravesite, And Maxie basically didn't shed a tear for him because she was basically saying he was an awful man. He got all that money, he had all that bread, and he didn't do nothing with it. Like, he didn't help nobody out, and, you know, he deserved what he got. So then, you know, the Grim Reaper transports him back to his house or whatever, where we see Brooklyn and Monica and stuff, you know, with all his silver and gold pieces and stuff. Like, they were just divvying it up. So, you know, Scrooge wakes up. He's in a better mood now. You know, he's more happy because he sees the error of his ways. You know, he kisses the maid. He gives the kids some money. You know, they go off and get him a turkey. He brings the turkey to Franco and Liz and the boys because they were having dinner together. He brings the turkey over to their house and tells Franco basically he's going to double his salary, give him a raise, and he doesn't have to come back to work until after the new year, which I thought was dope. So anyway, Jake invited him to have dinner with them. Then he went over to his nephew's house and told him to get with him. They're going to go to the courts and talk about his inheritance and acknowledge him as family. And he told Curtis he was going to start making regular donations to his charity, which I thought was nice. Basically, the Scrooge just saw the error of his ways. You know, he saw that he was, you know, mean and cruel to people, and that he wasted a lot of years of his life just working and working and working and not enjoying anything. He just died a lonely man. You know, he breathed his last breath. Nobody was there surrounding him. Nobody was helping him. You know, he was just died, you know, a broken, old, lonely Scrooge. So I thought the story was dope. I haven't heard that story in ages. I think Monica did a dope job. Of course, it was great seeing Monica reading, you know, the yearly story to the kids at the hospital. I thought that was dope. And I feel like the story changed. It definitely changed Tracy's point of view about Christmas because she was acting like a little Scrooge before that story was read. And, you know, because Tracy was ready to go home. You know, like I said in the beginning, she was talking about how she made her donations. She was ready to go. And Michael told her it's not about writing checks. You know, that's not what Christmas is about. So now that the story was over, Tracy decided, you know, the roads were back open again. But Tracy decided instead of them going home, she wanted to stay at the hospital and continue to help out. And Finn decided to change his mind and go to Mac and Felicia's Christmas party, which I thought was dope. You know, because he saw things, you know, through Violet's eyes, and he saw, you know, that now that he's a dad and stuff, you know, he really has to start getting into the Christmas spirit and stop being so, you know, Scrooge-like, you know, like a Grinch. But I thought this episode was pretty dope. I really did. I thought this episode, I love holiday classic episodes like this, you know, where they tell classic stories and stuff. I love it. I thought it was well done. Hit the comment section. Let me know what y'all thought about today's episode. I'll see you all later. Have a great day. Peace.